Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $3.04. XRP didn't move a whole lot today, but one thing I want to point out is it set higher lows all day long. And I like the direction that XRP is going in. The chart looks absolutely bullish right now. Look at the 7-day chart. Gradual upward movement since the beginning of October. So far, October has been very good for crypto. Look at Bitcoin. It fell just short of a new all-time high earlier today. And there hasn't been a whole lot of excitement around Bitcoin, even though it's sitting at almost 123K. I don't get it. This cycle is so much different than previous cycles. And we are not in Altseason yet. The Altseason chart shows we are at 66. Till we get above 75, it is not Altseason. And it shows you that people are actually paying attention. This may be the quietest Bitcoin all-time high I've ever experienced on crypto Twitter. Smoke says it's called disbelief. I don't know if most of retail is out of Bitcoin, if they sold off their Bitcoin, but usually there's a lot of hype around Bitcoin when you see it very close to a new all-time high. This time around, it's like crickets. You don't hear any hype, any speculation on where Bitcoin goes from here. Most of that is coming from the mainstream media news. They want to keep that hype going. They want to onboard more retail investors so they could become exit liquidity. But on crypto Twitter, it's crickets. I mean, people just are not excited about it. I don't get it. As XRP breaks out, analyst Milky Bull says no need to tell you what comes next. All you got to do is look at the chart. I mean, the chart is absolutely incredible for XRP. Any XRP holder out there right now knows the breakout is coming. I always said it's like we're in the calm before the storm. People are still loading up XRP right now. And absolutely, you are not too late to this cryptocurrency. It's going so much higher from here. But again, even as XRP breaks back above $3, people just aren't getting excited about it like they did in the past. Sure, there's a lot of price predictions now for XRP, but that hype and that excitement just isn't there. I don't know if this cycle just beat everyone down. I mean, to the point where they're like, let's just get on with it already. Pundit says XRP at $10,000 will create over $800 trillion in liquidity. So what he's talking about is that if XRP is going to be used globally to move money around, $10,000 would generate over $800 trillion in liquidity, more than enough to meet global needs. That's why the price of XRP has to be higher. Even David Schwartz said, it's right now at these price points, it doesn't make sense for XRP to be used globally for on-demand liquidity. Now, at $10,000, everybody would be able to utilize it. And that's why we're going to see $100 sooner than people think. They're going to drive the price up so that it can get that adoption, that level of institutional adoption, which will lead to mass adoption. This comes from Greg, the Chasm, $10.30. As of today, the price touching the Chasm is $10.30. As time goes on, the price of the Chasm continues to rise. Only few brains and patience truly gets it. You just got to stay patient long enough until it happens. But if you look at the chart right now for XRP, This breakout, when it begins, we can easily get above $50. People are thinking this is where we are in this run. I still think we're down here. I think XRP just corrected because the Ripple versus SEC case came to an end and because we have a pro-crypto administration in the White House. I don't think we are where we were back in 2017 and 2018. I think we're going to see a push up, maybe a possible pullback or some sideways action, and then another even bigger push up from there. That's where I think we're going with XRP. Think about all the catalysts for this cryptocurrency right now. I don't think people are thinking big enough. I think this is going to be something unimaginable. And I always talk about XRP flipping Bitcoin's market cap. So this comes from X Finance Bull. Will you be ready when XRP flips Bitcoin? XRP at Bitcoin's market cap equals $40 plus. That's a 13x from today. Trillions in liquidity are lining up. Ripple keeps pushing adoption across institutions. Hard infrastructure, real use case, massive catalyst ahead. It's inevitable. I think we're going to see this happen. First of all, we're going to see the top of Bitcoin, and then it's going to start breaking down. XRP is going to continue to go upward because we're going to have that ETF money still flowing into the ETFs. Plus, we don't know what's going to happen with ISO yet. That is still on the table. That could be very big. It could be gradual upward movement with a spike here and there. We don't know what that looks like yet. But then you also couple in regulatory clarity. That's going to be the big game changer. That's going to benefit utility more than it's going to benefit Bitcoin. That's why I think this is the cycle that XRP solidifies the #1 spot. Elon Musk, $500 billion wealth. XRP price could reach $8.34 if market cap matches it. This is the dumbest article I have ever seen on X. You know, they make an announcement about Elon Musk wealth, and then right away somebody ties it to XRP somehow, some way. And I don't understand why they do that. I think it's to draw viewers. In other words, you put Elon Musk in there with XRP, and right away it starts trending on X. So you'll get a lot of views off of it. But other than that, who really cares about Elon Musk wealth? We're XRP investors. We already know XRP is the future. We already know XRP's market cap is going to be way higher than $500 billion. Remember that the Teucrium XRP ETF was not approved by the SEC directly. They reached a deadline and the SEC didn't approve or deny the listing, so it was automatically allowed. Silence is compliance. Now, if you read that, that makes you think that the rest of these ETFs could go live without the SEC approval. But Eleanor Tourette says not so fast. Adding some context here for those asking if this applies to all ETFs, including the spot ETFs. The short answer is no. The Teucrium XRP ETF holds treasuries, cash, and swaps retrievables. So it was registered under the 40 Act, meaning the SEC didn't need to actively approve it. Just let it go effective. The SEC also generally lets futures ETFs go effective once the statutory period passes, rather than requiring a new active approval each time. Spot ETFs, though, are registered under the 33 Act as commodity trust and do require explicit SEC approval before launching. So any new spot crypto ETF won't begin trading until the SEC can declare the S1s effective, likely after the government shutdown is over and the agency has returned to operating at full capacity. So we have to rely on the SEC for these XRP ETFs to go live. The only thing this does is delay them going live. It allows people to accumulate even more XRP before the institutions show up. The door is absolutely closing. Anybody still sitting on the sidelines right now, this is their last chance to get this cryptocurrency ahead of the institutions. If they don't act now, they're going to be paying a premium for XRP. And this comes from X. It's no coincidence that XRP ETFs will be approved during Q4, when ISO 222 will be implemented. It's likely that they are planning to inject liquidity into XRP to make it rise to certain levels to be used as a settlement mechanism. DTCC and SWIFT plan to adopt DLT in 2025. Everybody thinks it's a coincidence that the ETFs got delayed until now because of ISO going live next month. And that could be part of the game plan. I do believe XRP's price has to be at least 3 digits before it can be used for on-demand liquidity. And then we'll start to watch adoption happen. And as that adoption continues to happen, the price of XRP will continue upward. It's too early to call yet, but it looks like that is not happening by coincidence. The day people realize they can trade stocks on Aster without KYC is the day Robinhood becomes MySpace. The reason I wanted to mention this is because a lot of people ask me, why aren't you talking about Aster? It's the biggest thing out there. Well, first of all, if they're not requiring KYC just ahead of regulations, I would never promote it in the first place. And this has to do with stock trading, not crypto trading right now. I didn't even look into this Aster thing, but I see so many people hyping it up. I'm telling you, any exchange that you're using that does not do KYC, they are going to fold up after regulations get put in place. We're going to see a bottleneck in exchanges. Coinbase is still going to be around. Uphold's going to be around. Kraken, MEXC, a few others, because they're following the rules. You know, the days of working outside of the rules is coming to an end. We are on the verge of regulations. They're going to happen during this quarter. And once they get put in place, I think a lot of people are going to end up losing their crypto because it's all about KYC and AML right now. Know your customer and anti-money laundering. You honestly think they're going to allow this to go on once the institutions show up? That's just not going to happen. But like I said at the beginning of this video, XRP's chart right now looks absolutely incredible. Even the 1 day, if you look at it, it's like we're going sideways for the most part, but we're gradually going upward at the same time. And the 7 day looks absolutely bullish. I just want this uptrend to continue on. I want us to get to that breakout point, though, where XRP all of a sudden makes a massive move upward into price discovery. I know that's what all of you are waiting for. Your patience is going to pay off very soon. If you made it to this point right now, you can make it a little while longer. Because as long as you stay patient long enough, you're going to make a lot of money in this space. Anybody that wants to sell on a red day, they're going to have so many regrets over the coming months. Most people are going to sell their XRP between $5 and $8 because everybody's citing the same narrative. Somewhere between $5 and $8 is where XRP's top is going to come in. But they're not factoring in that institutional money. They're not factoring in ISO. They're not factoring in regulations. You put those three things together and you have the perfect storm for this cryptocurrency. Why would anybody rush to sell into US dollars? You know, the US dollar loses more and more value every single day. That's why we have inflation. It's not the fact that things are going up, the dollar's losing more and more value. I'd rather stay invested in something that's going to go up from here. And XRP is going to absolutely continue upward. We are on the verge of institutional adoption. I stress that because that door is absolutely closing. Anybody you know that's still on the sidelines, they got to get in now or they're going to regret it very soon. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.